Alan Cuddihy in the house, Associate Director, Espace Real Estate. Morning, Alan.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We're good, thanks very much indeed. We're excited about the new kid on the block in Dubai's real estate market. MR Properties launching VYOM, described as a digital platform aimed at enabling direct property sales and bypassing traditional brokers for MR homes. Social media awash with commentary. The death of the real estate broker, Alan, has been maybe greatly exaggerated. This is Mahmood on LinkedIn. The old way of buying real estate through layers of brokers and back and forths is getting replaced. Discuss.
Yes, I have my CV today, guys, so hopefully maybe you might be able to help me out. No, look, I think it definitely is being a little bit overhyped. I think it's going to be really kind of important, or could actually pave some new ways in the off-plan resale market. But essentially, when you look at it, it is essentially a brokerage, right? When you dig into it, you can list your properties for free, but I mean, you could do that anyway on portals like the Bizzle for years. And then you just buy and pay for, let's say, someone to manage your listing, which is essentially a broker. So as always with new portals and new technologies and everything, we're going to look at it and examine it and see if we can learn from it. And I mean, EMR, anything backed by EMR is going to be excellent. But I don't think the secondary market real estate brokers should be preparing their CVs just yet.
There's a bunch of properties listed on it. I've just done a search for one-bedroom apartments, and 92 have come up. Cheapest is in Dubai Hills Estates for 1.3 million dirhams, and then it goes up from there.
Yeah.
And so there's plenty of properties on there, but MR is a big developer. You say you think the sweet spot will be if you've bought an MR development off plan. And want to resell it, then this could be a goer.
Well, the only reason I think that is because it's easier to price that. It's easier to scale that. If you're looking at an EMR property in Springs, and I have a pool and I've done my renovations and maybe you don't, how do you value that? Are we going to leave that up to the seller to value that? Is that going to be valued by, EMR? Who's going to value that? Whereas if you buy something off plan, it's very easy to say, well, OP was here. We suspect it's risen 5 or 10%, so it'll be easier to value the properties, I think. And I think that's going to be an easier market for sellers to come back and take advantage of the EMR buyers as well.
You say you've been in this industry a while, and around the world there have been various tech startups that have tried to replace the real estate broker. You mentioned one called Purple Bricks,
Purple Bricks in the UK,
In the UK, and there have been others. But I was going to say, like, cockroaches, real estate brokers can't be destroyed. That's uncharitable.
Wrong audience.
That's uncharitable, Alan. But the world does seem to need real estate. We moan about real estate brokers.
Yeah, no one likes us, but I mean, we're vital. I just think there's so many little problems that no one thinks about. Most sellers, when they come to the market, are ambitiously priced, right? So it's our job to kind of drag them down a bit and kind of bring them more to reality. But even negotiations, most people don't know how to negotiate their price. They'll let egos get in the way and they'll walk away from deals. So you need an intermediate. You need someone in the middle that is kind of looking at both sides and helping people. And if you don't have that, even the best intentioned buyer and sellers, they won't come together and make a deal.
Let's talk about the market and where we stand end of June, so almost at the first half of the year. A lot of regional instability over the past week or so. Early days, any impact on deals yet?
Not really. Of course, we did have a couple of days where it was a little bit quieter, and that was natural, right? It got a bit crazy at times. But from our perspective internally, and I can only really talk about Espace because we don't know what's going on with other companies. Our deal chat is going, meaning we're seeing lots of rental and sales deals, and even last night we just sold another property over 30 million dirhams on the Palm. So we thought there might be a little bit of lack of confidence in the 10 million dirham range, but no, it's there and it's still moving. So yeah.
Anecdotally, we're getting people writing in saying, I'm being offered discounted rates to buy properties or to rent properties. One of our listeners, I'm not going to name her, has been sending me messages saying, look, this has come down by 5 or 10% either to rent or buy. It's anecdotal at the moment. Are we seeing that on a broad-based level?
Well, yes, to an extent, because I think where the starting point of the sellers and the landlords might have been so high in certain communities or for certain products, that when you see a 5 or 10% reduction, it's probably only coming back to where it should have been in the first place. And definitely sellers should be ambitious in this market. I mean, it doesn't last forever. But I think when we're seeing price reductions in this market, it's probably just coming more back down to the middle, I think.
And in terms of prices at the moment, where we are versus the start of this year, are we still on that upward trajectory, or are we finding a level now?
We are. We're not seeing any, stop in that trajectory. Maybe a little bit of a slower pace, a slower gradient on that, but we're not seeing the distressed sellers or the properties going for cheaper than they should be. If anything, we're breaking records in communities still, which is it's a good sign for the market. I mean, there's still lots of demand there.
And millionaires still flocking to Dubai, according to Henley and Partners. Tom, you had that report, didn't you, earlier on this week? Was it almost 10,000 millionaires going to move to Dubai?
9,800, wasn't it, by the end of the year?
Yeah.
If any of them want to reach out to me, they can. I'll help them relocate, no problem. But
they have been a big part of driving this market. Not massive, but they've been part of driving this market. People moving in from overseas. Still the case?
Yes, definitely. And it's really interesting to see where they're coming from. Again, we're seeing a lot of, we get spikes in nationalities. Dutch buyers, there's a lot of them coming over. We're seeing a lot of Dutch brokerages being set up and Dutch buyers. And we're definitely seeing a lot of the higher end stuff is being bought by people coming into Dubai recently. Yeah.
So what's next? Second half of 2025 is hours away, Alan. Get your crystal ball out. What's your prediction for the second half of the year?
Well, I've been talking to people about this, and they've said, the supply is coming. It's on the way, a wave of supply. And actually, when you look at what's coming, I don't think they're going to hand over as much as what was expected. I still think demand will outstrip supply for the rest of this year. Now, I wish I did know. I would make loads and loads of money being a real estate broker, but we don't know. We can only speculate. And I think demand should outstrip supply this year again. And unfortunately for buyers, maybe prices going up, and great news for sellers. But that's my opinion.
Good chat between you two. I love the no one likes us. Just remind me of Millwall fans. No one likes us. We don't care. Bring it on. We'll take your money. It's fine. No problem at all.
Cockroaches and Millwall fans, Alan.
I've been called worse.
But just one other thing, because when you said what's next, I thought you were referring to what's coming in the next segment, because it goes back to your chat about new kid on the block, Ema, a little earlier on. But there's a new kid on the block waiting in the green room as well. New addition to Espace Real Estate. Morgan, is there an Irish takeover going on?
We're trying to keep up with the Scots because we're struggling, but we're trying to get more Irish in. Yeah, but he's new, so be gentle with him, be good to him in the next segment. But he's a good guy.
He's got brandy, got nothing to do with us. Any advice, Richard Dean?
Just order an Uber. Just leave. No one will know.
But Morgan is head of
commercial at Espace Real Estate, and it's something that we're really pushing, I suppose, going forward. And it's an area that we did lack, and we looked at it and we said, how can we improve the company and how can we improve customer service? And just not having that branch was we needed to get there.
I see what they're doing. It's the Celtic Tiger, isn't it?
All
the
over
Irish
again.
and the Scots coming together.
There should be some good Lions coverage for the rugby over the next few months. Not sure any work will get done, but that'll be fun. Right, Alan, great to see you. Thanks for coming in this morning. Associate Director, Espace Real Estate. Thank you.
Thanks, gents.